Hello everyone. Aradhna Tiwari from Be the Change by Aradhna. Sorry guys, could not make in the morning, so I'm here. Yes, Meta. Sorry. Can you guys see me? Sorry. Hey Swati, hey Sachin, hey Prakhar, how are you guys? Sorry, couldn't make in the morning today. Good morning, Ashwin, Sheel. Hello, 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 hello. Is my team there? 80 you could have done at 11 p.m. now. Why, Sachin? Can I not see you guys in the evening at times? How about that? I was stuck somewhere. I didn't have the net. I did try to come at 11, but my net wasn't working, so I couldn't make it. Sorry. All right. So today's is a very interesting ask. It's be interested, not interesting with everyone you be. So how about that? So a lot of people have been asking me this question that why should we not be interesting and why should we be interested? Because what happens is when you're interesting, you're so involved in yourself that you choose to be not aware of what other person is being. And the funniest is, guys, when you're being interested, that's when people actually talk and they tell more about themselves. When people are actually talking, they're telling about themselves. They're never talking about you. But that you would only come to know because when you'll be interested in them. But if you'll be interesting, then you will think everything they're saying and being is about you. And then you will make it wrong and write about it in your world. So that is when you have to be interested, not interesting. Solution, healing, whoever it is, hello, and Payal, hello. Payal is already exuberating a lot of energy today, I guess. So that is it. Harsha, hello. Nice, Sachin, thank you. So this is what it is. If you have questions, so how did the day go? Did you guys do this question? Were you interesting? So it's also really works for the guys and the girls, guys. So it's about, hey Mona darling, how are you, sweetheart? So it's like when you have to pataw a girl or a boy. So it's a very good interesting relationship thing also, that you have to be interesting in the girl or in the guy, because unless you're not there to listen to them, they're not going to be interested in you. So this is just a side note. So what else is possible here? So when you're interested, then everything that person says and bees is something they're telling about you. And never anybody ever talking is basically about you. It's always about them. Like even when I facilitate, when I talk, I'm more talking about myself. So if you start listening to them as them, wonder what that will change for you. Sachin, I gave you a solution for your thing to look for the women. So you have the trick now. So hi, we are Jessica and Anchal. Oh, hi, Jessica and Anchal from Solution Healing. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for showing up. Hello, Harsha. So any questions? Because a lot of people had questions and there were a lot of in confusion. I wonder if Arpita is here on this right now. I don't think I saw Arpita here. She had this question that what is it, if you could explain more. So is it clear to you guys, or do you want me to give more examples of it? I am today fetching for your questions. Any questions anybody has? Sachin says, haha, Mona darling reminded me of an old Hindi movie. She does. She's a pretty woman. More. Okay, Payal. What more would you like to know from me? Alright, so what else? So it's like, if you want to have a big business deals, if you're really working, so if you actually start listening to people, how they talk, how they operate, for example, I'll give you, like, I remember Gary saying that something people say, I don't want to do it, and I don't tend to do it as a fun thing, they really, really do it. So like I remember Gary giving the example. Gary is, sorry guys, Gary is founder of Access Consciousness, who's certified facilitator I am. So he always says that, people who used to come to my house and they will say, my friends coming to my house and telling me, hey guys, can we spend 2 days with you, and I don't have money right now, and probably, but, or maybe, sharing basis of as in a hostel. I'm not remembering exactly what the whole example was all about, but the energy was that he came and he asked Gary that, okay, I'm here, I keep the house clean and I do everything, don't worry, I will not mess up your house and stuff. And he says, I did agree, and when I did, he did exactly the opposite. He actually created the mess. And when people say, I don't want to do this and I will not be doing this and will not be clearing your house, I mean making your house look ugly or dirty, and I'm a very neat, clean person. So everything is opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is opposite of what it appears to be. So that is when you have to be listening to the people. When you'll be interested in people, then you will actually hear with more presence. You'll be more present with them. You will know each and everything about them. And so is also, if you would be interested in you, is when you are talking to yourself, when you're actually thinking of something, because that is when you're perceiving about everybody, you're aware of everybody. And I always say that if you start listening to you, you have all the solutions with yourself, because you're the creator of your problems. You're the guy or the person who will have the solution to your own stuff. So when you hear yourself out, then you will get all the information around that. Hope that helps. Can't have end of you. So sweet. Thank you, darling. So Ritu says, so if we were interested, is that we are receiving from them? Yes, that is receiving. That is actually like Ritu is like you receiving all the information with no point of view. But the moment somebody is being loud or being rude or being something, the moment that comes in, that actually, and you have your barriers up going, that is not your barriers. That is the other person's barrier, but you make it yours. If you're interesting, so what happens is then you start taking everything as yours. And so if somebody is saying something rude, so you think and perceive that it is about you, but it's not about you. It's that the person is telling how they think and be. And that helps us to send things back to people, and that is like, hey, okay, that's his or her interesting point of view, not mine, and I don't have to buy it. You guys can't hear me? Eternity Healers, it's your problem. Achal, it's your problem. Otherwise, I think everybody is like, audio is fine. So ask me more questions regarding this or anything else, because I really don't get. I think it's a very, very simple tool to give. And I was wondering that why people are having. Maybe they're used to me now. They want to hear me out. I'm addictive, no? Awesome. Any questions, guys? Any more? Anybody has a question around being interesting and not being interested, not being interesting? So how many of you are being always interesting? So when you're getting dressed up, when you're gonna go meet up with somebody, when anything you do, remember this: do not go from the space of being very, very interesting, because if that is the space you're gonna go, you're gonna lose it, because that is you're more. And if nobody has time, I always say nobody has time. Nobody listening to you. We think other person is gonna judge me. Everybody is very bothered about how they look, how they be, how they dress up. So nobody's bothered about that, how the other person is looking. But if you see and perceive everybody's world, everybody's so bothered about how I look, what do I talk, did that thing make the other person laugh or smile, and what was the reaction. It is all about you. Do you ever have time for anybody else? So do you think people would have time for you? But if you want to know people, be interested in them, not being interesting. And you'll be their favorite people. Especially men and women, guys, they'll be your favorite people, because then you'll be like, oh my God, you asked me so much. And there are another two that do not talk about you unless you've been asked. Because most of the people want to give their story. Most of the people want to tell them about themselves. And that's when the other person thinks that person is really genuine, that the other person is really interested in me. Tool number 2. Everything that is let go. Awesome. So being interested is actually being an allowance. Yes, totally being an allowance. And you're watching from the space of no point of view, actually. It's like, cool, this is how that person thinks. But the only thing what happens is that people start making that as theirs. And they say, oh, it's mine. Okay, that is how they think about me. So if the person is saying that, say Achal is rude. Oh, okay. So that means it is not about you rude. That person himself or herself is a rude person, has a point of view around the rudeness. So if you start listening to people, you will know about them, exactly what they are and who they are. So it's a very, very great tool to actually know about people. Play with it, see with it, and I'm here every day, so you can ask me questions. I'm okay to answer your questions regarding a day early or here and there. It's not that I have to just answer the questions of today. Hey Simran, how are you, sweetheart? So any more questions? Pile, can I go now? Tomorrow I'll be 11:11 there. Sorry for today, but thank you guys for being here and being present. How did I get so lucky to have you all here? So who all are interested in me and who all are interesting for me? Art of, yeah, so there's a class of art of facilitation coming up tomorrow. So if anybody, it's like 2 day telecall, 1.5 hours, and if it doesn't go around, so it is tomorrow and then it's again in August. So wherever you want to choose, and you can get certain kinds of this kind of tools to actually work in the world, to be with people in the world, to facilitate yourself, and to get what people are saying, how to actually perceive it, receive it, and change it for yourself. So if you're really interested in such kind of tools from me, please join this class. It's going to be like amazing eye opener for you to how to study people, how to be with people, and how to what are you saying, what are people saying, and how to perceive it and facilitate yourself. So Payal says people camouflage and speak only good. Then how? Then if you will be present, Payal, you will get it. In your head, another tool is you keep saying truth, truth, and the person, you will know then the person is camouflaging, and that is your knowing, Payal. I wonder. I remember every time I have met anybody, I can scan them in a second. Like if I meet somebody, and even if I see a picture of somebody, I scan them like in and out. It's like I know about them everything. It's just that I have been developing this muscle because I've always had that, and I always thought everybody has that, and but I remember my family using me for that. They're like, okay, tell me about this person. Tell me about what do you think about this person. I'm like, it's written on the face, right? Can you not see it? But they're like, no, we can't see it. How can you see it? So what if you start developing that tool about yourself, and kind of, okay, this is what I was thinking about this person. This is what I'm thinking about this person. So how much is that true and real? And you will know the lightness of it. And if it's heavy, and if it's not actually cognitive with yourself, that is when you will know that other person is lying. For more to know about this, you can always join my art of facilitation class, Payal. It'll be amazing. Hey Sanena, welcome. To facilitate yourself, yes. And also tomorrow, Be the Change, not tomorrow, Sunday, we have a talk show in the evening. We have Adila Hafiz from New Zealand, my dearest friend, and she does body whispering, business whispering, and she has an amazing journey and talent, and I have learned a lot from her too. So if interested, please join us on Be the Change page on Facebook on Sunday, 7 to 8. That's a talk show. It'll be amazing. And you would know more around bodies, business, babies, and how to be in the world and how to create from nowhere. Hello, Hema. All right. And anything else I require to say, be, do? So have a very, very beautiful, happy Friday, because thank God it's Friday. Though I don't know it really matters to you guys or not. For me, each day still is very special. So today is a party day. So you guys party yourself. I'll party myself, and then we see each other tomorrow at 11:11. I guess nobody has a question, so I'll say bye bye now for today. Bye all. Thanks, Nana. Bye bye. Bye, Sachin. Thanks.